I have it. This I'm going by the law, Your Honor. I'm not just making
No,
up
you're not
anything.
going by the law. You're making up the law as you go along. You're not going to make a mockery of the judicial system, which is what you're attempting to do. You're
Man,
also not going to waste this court's time and resources on cases, on arguments that are invalid. I'm
but
not wasting any more time on it. We are done. All right, Mr. Chavez, can you turn on your camera and tell me your name?
Chavez Arnold.
There you go. All right. So Mr. Chavez, do you have all of that now?
No, like he said, I didn't. After 10 days, he just said.
Welcome back, guys. Today we're diving into yet another sovereign citizen court hearing, and this time the dude's in hot water over the most feared enemy of adulthood, credit card debt. Now, instead of just owning up like a normal person, this guy goes full conspiracy mode, arguing like a visa doesn't exist and the court has no authority because he's a living man or some nonsense. But this judge, she's not here to play games. She shuts him down hard and keeps trying to pull him back to reality, but let's be honest, I'm not sure even a sledgehammer could break through whatever bubble this guy's living in. Like, how do people still think I don't consent is a valid legal defense? Do you think folks like this actually believe what they're saying, or are they just desperate to dodge accountability? Let's dive in.
I mean, I could check my email, but I haven't received anything from him.
Did you receive all the documents you requested?
No.
Mr. Royce, when were they sent?
They were sent all documents except for he had requested internal accounting records of Chase Bank, just generally, not specific. But the Chase Bank record relative to his account statements were provided.
Okay. So, Mr. Chavez, what is the defense on this case? What is your defense?
Well, I needed to see one of the documents. Well, my defense is that, I've been researching the law and, the powers of the banks. And it's more of a accuracy of the actual accounting that I'm trying to make sure and, make sure that everything is accurate. So it's not my intent to not pay anything, but I need to know, based off the accounting that I am paying what I'm supposed to be paying. And based off of what they're saying,
your last payment, back on 5/15/23, you owed $3,398.36. And they're coming for $3,398.36. That was the balance on the card at that time.
Like, that's why I asked questions, Your Honor. You say you gave them 10 days to send it to me. They didn't send it to me. I just got an email this morning.
You're not disputing that you had the card, right?
But that's not the issue at hand, is what I'm saying.
No, it is the issue at hand. The issue at hand is, did you have a credit card? Did you use money on that card? And did you not pay the card off? That's the only question.
Right.
Those are the questions.
Okay, my defense is I am the lender and they borrowed from me.
What did they borrow from you?
My personal security, which I'm entitled to rights to.
No, I'm not buying that. No. Listen to me. Listen.
It's not about, I have it. I'm going by the law, Your Honor. I'm not just making up anything.
No, you're not going by the law. You're making up the law as you go along. You took a credit card on. You agreed with that.
You can just tell this guy didn't get bullied enough in high school with the way he's dodging responsibility like it's his full-time job. He's in court for credit card debt and somehow flips it into saying the bank owes him money. Like, bro, you ran up the charges, not the other way around. That's like eating at a restaurant, skipping the bill, and then asking the chef for a refund because your energy didn't consent to the transaction. I swear, this man is either the most committed actor on the planet or he really believes he's unlocked his secret level of law school on YouTube. What do you guys think? Genuine delusion or full-blown scam artist? Let's get back into this wild case.
And then you had a credit card. You used the credit card. You have a balance on the card and you didn't pay on the card. They don't owe you anything.
So so when I asked for the application, the evidence that opened up the account, because they go by GAAP accounting principles. If my application opened up the account, that means there will be a credit on my account because that's a cash equivalent. That's what the law
All
says.
right. Yeah, motion for summary disposition, hearing date will be January 9th to 25th. And the motions to be filed forthwith, and a copy obviously is to be provided to Mr. Chavez. And we'll see you back on January 9th, 2025 at 9:30 a.m. for the hearing.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, we're all set. All right, and I've got Mr. Chavez back. Do I have Discover Bank still?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Chavez, can you turn on your camera and your microphone, please, sir?
Well, that's the end of the first of his court hearings, and honestly, that was rough to watch. Like trying to reason with a brick wall that thinks it's a lawyer. This guy is completely delusional, spouting off nonsense like he's auditioning for a role in Law & Order Sovereign Citizen Unit. But I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of invested now. Like, I need to see what kind of legal fairy dust he pulls out of his butt next. So let's go ahead and jump into the next hearing and see what kind of circus act we're dealing with.
All right, we're back on 24010674, the Discover Bank versus Arnold Chavez. All right, and I know that we had a previous court date on this on October 10th, and the default was filed, and then an objection was filed timely on this case. So we're here to set aside the judgment. What's your motion, Mr. Chavez?
Well, that day, Xfinity, I have Xfinity internet, and they was working in my area. And I have proof of. I talked to them in the chat. They confirmed it, and I have they gave me a bill credit of inconvenience, so that's why I wasn't able to attend because I was having problems with my internet.
All right, and just so you know, Mr. Gopal, we did have notice that he had contacted the court and that he was unable to get on that day.
Oh, he contacted the court on October 10th?
I'm not sure if it was on October 10th, but it was shortly thereafter. If it wasn't October 10th, that he was having internet issues and could not get on. So here's what we're doing. I'm assuming, Mr. Chavez, do you have a defense on this case?
I just want to go through the due process.
Okay. All right. Here's what we're going to do. Arnold indicates that he does not dispute that the card was taken out. The only dispute he appears to have is that a few paragraphs here, he does not agree with the fact that by virtue of defendant's default and breach, the entire balance of the account is now due, and these statements were attached, that the contract and or monthly statements are written instruments, evidence indebtedness with a specified interest rate, and that he disputes whether or not it's an account stated. It clearly is. It's the original creditor. There's no sort of defense regarding assignment on this case. The balance at the time of the complaint was $4,378.29.
Well, I have affidavits that support what I'm saying, but I will want to enter into this as evidence.
The motion for summary disposition is granted sua sponte by this court. There is no valid defense to this claim, and
I couldn't even enter any evidence.
And a judgment in the amount of what is claimed in the complaint, $4,378.29, will be entered by this court, and documents can be submitted for that purpose. And officer, I have a few more documents for that, and we're all set. All right, we're all set. Thank you, Mr.
No words.
Mr. Arnold, I have ruled against you.
I
I
have
am allowed to
evidence.
do so on the court rules. You filed an answer. It's the appropriate response to this. You're not going to make a mockery of the judicial system, which is what you're attempting to do. You're also not going to waste this court's time and resources on cases, on arguments that are invalid. I'm not wasting any more time on it. We are done. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I think the judge here did a pretty decent job handling this guy. It definitely wasn't the worst case of sovereign citizen nonsense I've ever seen, but this dude clearly lives in a fantasy land where laws don't apply and reality is optional. Credit card debt is no joke. It stacks fast and it sucks, but that's exactly why people need to stop playing legal dress up and actually bring a lawyer. If he had just said, "Hey, I can't pay this right now, can we work something out?" he might have left court with a payment plan instead of getting roasted by a judge on record. But nope, instead he's in there talking about how he is the creditor and the bank is the debtor. Like, what? You swiped the card, not the other way around. Unless he's got some top secret Uno reverse card we don't know about, he's way off the rails. I'm honestly shocked he got approved for a credit card in the first place. He must have sweet-talked that application with the same confidence he uses in court. A decent attorney and just a tiny sprinkle of common sense could have saved him from all this mess, but here we are watching his legal car crash in slow motion. Anyways, what did you guys think about these court hearings? I thought it was hilarious and honestly educational in the most unhinged way. How do you guys think the judge handled this guy? Too soft, just right, or should have hit him with every charge possible? Let me know in the comments, and if you love watching these sovereign citizens get legally humbled, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on those post notifications. I post every day, so stay tuned for more courtroom chaos. I seriously appreciate you guys for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.